Hello, beautiful people. This is the second time I actually try and go live where we were having a little bit of technical issues back here. So, hi, everybody. I think we're live now. Are we live? Let us know in the comments. Can you hear me and see me? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good middle of the night for some people, for my beautiful friends from Australia, New Zealand, and that part of the world. I know it is the middle of the night, and I apologize. I try to schedule these live events at a time that can get as many people as possible. So I apologize for my Australia, New Zealand people. I love you so much. And if you're on, thank you for being here at such ungodly hours. I think, what is it, like 3 a.m. in New Zealand or something like that? Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me and you can see me. Maybe drop in the comments and just let me know, is sound good? Can you see the image is good? We were just having some tech issues joining this live, and I actually want to talk about that in a little bit because I was feeling a lot of energy connecting to you guys before the live. So man, we got a lot of crapola to clean up. A lot of energy crapola to clean up, right? So I am so excited to see you guys. We haven't come together in a live until I think last year we had a live, but we didn't have a live kind of with this kind of elaborate live that we did for this one. So I'm really excited to have you guys here. And all right, so we're getting a lot of confirmations that images sound is great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am so excited. My name is Christina Lopes. I'm a healer and spiritual teacher. I don't know how many of you are new to the live activation. If you are new to these live activations, I want to see here in the comment. I got some screens in front of me. So let me know here in the comments if you are new to my activations, or if you are a returning community member that has done live activations with me forever. I also want to know about that. I want to see how many of us are new to these activations and how many of us are more senior to these activations. I already see some new people. Oh, yay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the new people that are here. Whoa, I have a little bit of a delay in the comments. And so now I'm seeing there are a lot of new people. Oh my God. Oh, I'm really excited to welcome you to your first live activation then, if you are. And if you've done many with me, welcome also your beautiful energy, your more mature energy, you're already used to doing these live activations. So that's going to help the people that are new to our circle and are going to be new to our activation today. So together our energies will kind of click together, and the newbies will kind of be ushered in with a more senior energy. So I love that. I love that. I love that. So today we're going to be talking about a bunch of things, really. This live is called Reignite Your Energy System. And the reason that I'm calling it that is because I was already, meditating, tapping into the energies. It's really a little bit hard to be down here on planet Earth right now. The energies are really heavy. I'm going to go into some of that in a little bit. But this live is called Reignite Your Energy System. We're going to go. Let me go over today's agenda so you know what we're going through. So in the first part, I'm going to go over the current energy on the planet, what's going on behind the scenes, so everybody has a really good grasp of what's happening. Okay, because there's some shenanigans going on behind the scenes, and I always love to discuss these things with you, so that when you finish this live, you know that some of the surreal things that are happening around the world, you can see the underbelly of it energetically, and you can understand it. The more you understand what's happening energetically, the less phased you get in the physical human aspect. All right, so that's part one. Part two, I'm going to do a live Q&A. So a lot of you has sent in yesterday and the day before. I was picking the questions for today's live. A lot of you have sent in. I got hundreds of questions. Thank you so much for submitting those. And I picked some of them that were the most frequently asked questions. So I'm going to be answering those questions live. So hopefully the people that asked the questions are here live today. That would be wonderful. Then I'm going to go over a little bit of the details of my retreat, which the retreat doors are opening today. So you're going to get a little bit of a behind the scenes on my only in-person retreat of the year. And if you want to join, you're going to get a special discount code also for just participating in this live and being part of our beautiful family. And then we're going to do a energy activation, the live activation component. I brought I have them here next to me. I brought some instruments. I'm going to be doing a really, really powerful clearing. I'm actually sitting today. The last live I did, I was standing up, and I regretted it because there was so much energy channeling in that I thought at some point I was going to have to ask someone to get me a chair because I was having a hard time standing up. So this time I learned my lesson. I am sitting down until at least I connect with your energy and we're able to hold that container. And then maybe for the energy activation, I'll be standing up. But as soon as we get to that energy activation component, if you're not wearing headphones now, as soon as we get to the energy component, energy activation component, you're going to get some good instructions, and you should be wearing some good headphones so that you can experience this live activation more powerfully. All right, beautiful people. Oh, it's so good to see you. I see people saying here, Dancer and Froggy is saying, my heart is so open and I'm filled with gratitude. Oh, I love it. This is from Sari, attended our incredible retreat last year. Amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys all being here. And let's go into kind of part one of what's happening here. Okay, so I want to go into part one, the current energy. And before I get into the details of the energy, I actually want to hear from you. Drop some comments on maybe just one or two words or a quick sentence so that I could read it fast. Drop how you feel the energy is right now on planet Earth. I want to see how many of you are really tapped in, and if we're in sync with how we're interpreting the energy around there. So drop in the comments what you're feeling right now in terms of the energy around the planet. I want to read some stuff before I get into the energy myself. Okay, so some people are saying heavy, exhausting, chaotic. Heaviness, lots of heaviness, overwhelming. I'm seeing chaotic a lot. Wow, there's confusion. Okay, a lot. All right, perfect. We're basically all these beautiful light workers that are joining me today. We're all really very good at interpreting energy. So I'm very proud of you guys because you're clearly the words that you're dropping here. You're very sensitive to the energy. So very, very accurate reading. Amazing. I'm looking over at the screen right now, and the comments are going through really, really quickly, but I can see some very common patterns. One is the word chaotic. One is the word exhausted. One is the word confused. There's a lot. Overwhelming. I've seen overwhelming a lot, and I'm seeing a lot of disconnected too. And in the middle of that, I'm also seeing, it's not all negative, I'm also seeing people saying the words expansive, the words enlightenment, the words light, okay? So it's not that, and you'll understand in the energy too, especially with a beautiful question that one of our community members asked. I'm going to go into that, how sometimes things can feel heavy, but sometimes they can feel light too, and it gets very confusing, these ups and downs. So accurate reading. So maybe one of our coaches, because right now, as soon as I start doing these lives and I start connecting with energy, I kind of my brain loses the linear time aspect. So if one of the coaches that are on the live right now can just drop in the comment section, or any of you guys out there, I did a video at the beginning of the year. The first video that I did at the beginning of the year, I don't remember the title of it, so somebody please drop it in the comments for everybody else to access it. Go back and watch this first video of the year because it is playing out exactly as I shot it. And then there's another video that I did that, of course, my brain is not remembering at the moment, but that video is very pertinent right now, and it was a video about what I called energy gunk. Do you guys remember what that video was called? There was an energy gunk around the planet, and it was creating a thick layer of heavy energy, and that heavy energy was making it difficult for us to connect to source energy or to feel like we can connect to source energy. I talked about that too. And I think, now I remember, I think it was the video that I said, it was something about why you're tired. So guys, look at my channel and find these two videos. The one where the title says something about this is why you're tired, or this is why you're so tired. That's one video for you guys to do homework on. And the other one is the first video I did of the year. It was an energy update video. So let me know if you guys have the title to those two videos. Drop them here for everybody else to see, and our coaches are out there too. So these two videos are really pertinent. Part of what's happening right now in the energy is there is this really thick energy gunk, and the energy gunk is being created by the collective consciousness, by all of us down here. There's over 7 billion people down here, and we're all going through our trials and tribulations. We're all going through our stuff, right? The more heavy emotions that we emanate, the more it contributes to a collective energy that's also heavy. So if there are a lot more people emanating heaviness right now, the collective consciousness, the vibration of the collective consciousness will also be predominantly heavy. There are quite a few light workers, and we're trying our damn best to contribute with lightness and more positive, ascended emotions. But light workers like myself and like you, we are also being faced with challenges. We're being faced with things that we need to heal. And so sometimes it's hard. Sometimes that layer, that heaviness, it is predominant, and that's okay. It's just temporary. It's always temporary. All right. So that's essentially what's going on right now. There's a lot of heaviness. There are a lot of surreal things happening. Just I'm not even going to mention them because I don't want to even talk about that stuff, but there are a lot of surreal, chaotic stuff, weird stuff happening on the planet that is contributing to us thinking, what the hell is going on? Like, I feel like I'm in some kind of parallel universe. Like, it doesn't even feel like this is real life, because of all the chaos and all the stuff that's happening. This is temporary for light workers, for everyone on this live today. The most important thing you can do in the middle of this chaos is remain grounded and remain connected, inwardly connected. And I'm going to go over this a little bit more when I answer the questions. I don't want to get too much into it because I'm going to, in answering some of your questions, these details are coming up, okay? So all of the people that are saying chaotic, confused, that confusion also is very common when the planet is surrounded by a thick layer of gunk or a thick layer of heaviness, because it's harder for us to connect to our guidance beyond the physical plane. That doesn't mean we can't access. It's just a little bit more difficult because it means we need to be in an extra state of calm. We need to be connected to our inner guidance. We need to be connected to our inner intuition. So we're going to be relying in moments like these on the planet. We have to rely on ourselves, our intuition, our inner knowing, and less on the out there elements of the universe, okay? And that takes maturity, right? Like, that takes maturity, because a lot of times what happens is when we're still in the phases of maturing spiritually, we're always waiting for the guidance to come from out there here. Where are my angels? Why can't I communicate with my angels? Why are my guides not talking to me? Why is the universe not talking to me? And a lot of times we fall into this trap without realizing that right here, the center of your chest, right here in the center of your forehead, your psychic vision, right here in your heart, you got the portal of your soul, you got your inner knowing, your intuition. You have all the tools for that guidance. That guidance can come from within. It doesn't just have to come from without, all right? That is so important. So important. Do not rely solely on guidance coming from outside of you, because source, God, whatever, is inside of you and outside, inside and outside, okay? And so now when you come through these times when the energy is so heavy that it feels like, oh my God, I can't feel source. I can't connect with source. That's not technically true. You are always connected to your creator. And in moments like this where there's more chaos around the world, the inward looking to that for that guidance is super important. Okay? So that's a little bit on what's happening energetically. Do you guys resonate with what I'm saying in terms of that thick energy gunk? And it's interesting because I shot that video a while. I don't remember how long ago I shot that video that I was talking about that energy gunk layer around the planet. And I feel like that's really pertinent right now. Okay? Really pertinent. So please, guys, go back and watch those videos. Okay? Cool. Yeah, some people are saying, yep. So people, you're feeling what I'm talking about, this thick energy gunk or this thick energy layer around the planet. People are feeling that. And now that you know what it is, now that you know that it's just a byproduct of the emanations of heaviness that each one of the 7 billion people on the planet are emitting, not all people are contributing heaviness to the collective consciousness right now, but I would say the vast majority, like light workers are maybe, maybe in the millions light workers, and the planet is in the billions, right? So that's a lot. So it's okay if things are if you feel yourself having difficulties connecting outwardly or piercing that energy gunk, it's okay because you can rely inwardly. Okay, a lot of people are resonating with the word gunk or gunky. Yeah. Cool. All right. So now let's get to part 2. I'm going to be answering some live questions. Okay. So the first question I have up, and hopefully she's here, Marie is, and I'm sorry if I butcher any names, I apologize. So the first person is Marie Hewitt. Marie, are you here? If you're here, Marie Hewitt, say hello here in the comments. It'd be really cool if you're actually present, because then I would be talking to you directly as opposed to you watching this video later on. Okay. So Marie says, why is the gravity pull on Mother Earth feeling so much heavier upon my physical body? Why is my energy fluctuating so quickly within 24 hours, going from dense constricted energy to light expansion energy? Okay, so hopefully, Marie, you're here. Great question. So the way that I'm feeling this is a really accurate description of what's happening. And anyone, drop it here in the comments. Like, can you feel what Marie is talking about? Like in one moment you feel like you're being pulled down, and then in the other moment you feel like you're being pulled up, and then you're pulled down, and then it's fluctuating. Okay. So think of this, the metaphor that I was feeling into this energy is kind of like a heartbeat. Okay, so the heart expands and then contracts. It expands and then contracts. And that's what's happening right now. Mother Earth is pulling down. This is very, very accurate. She's pulling down. This is a loving energy. She's pulling you down at the same time that you're being pulled up. Okay? So think of a tree. All right. The tree, imagine that a tree is growing super, super fast. Imagine that tree is on steroids and the branches are growing fast. It's going up, 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 up. It sure as hell better be growing down into the roots also. And that is what Mother Earth is doing. We are being pulled upward. We are being pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled into ascension, up and up and up. And Mother Earth, as our beautiful companion on this evolution, is pulling us down in order for us to remain grounded as we are ascending. Does this make sense to everybody? So the planet is grounding us at the same time that we are ascending, okay? Now, I'm having some throat chakra issues, people, you see? The more that you're being pulled down, this is not bad news, okay? So for Marie and for anyone who's out there, being pulled down is actually good. Don't interpret that heaviness negatively. Can anyone, drop this here if you're feeling this, either Marie or someone else. Perfect. Being pulled down is not necessarily negative. Yes, okay? So when you're being pulled down, try not to interpret that mentally as, oh my God, something's going wrong. Something's happening to me. You can just say, I'm being grounded by Mother Earth. Excellent. Okay, so hopefully, I didn't see if Marie was here, but hopefully she is here. Cool. Marie, I hope that answered your question. And anyone else, who else here feels like they were interpreting the energy of being pulled down negatively? Drop that in the comment. I want to see. I want to see how many of you were interpreting that negatively. There is a difference between being pulled into grounding and heaviness of gunk. Okay? Does anyone understand the difference? Can you understand the difference in feeling between being pulled down into the earth as a form of grounding you versus, oh my God, I'm so heavy because I have so much unhealed stuff on top of me, or I'm feeling the weight of the world? Can you feel the difference? This is something that's impossible for me to explain what it is. You have to learn how to feel the difference, okay? One type of heaviness is not heaviness at all. It's simply grounding. Perfect. Okay. I'm certainly going to butcher this name. Kine, I hope I'm saying it right. But the second question is Kine Sue. Kine Sue. Kine, are you here? And I'm sorry if I'm butchering your question. I mean your name. Okay, so Kine says, my unhealed wounds from the deepest part of me are resurfacing. I'm aware of this, but it feels like I can't overcome it completely. I would love to know your suggestion on how to heal and what else I can do. Oh boy, I picked this one because this was such a common question. Show of hands with who feels like old stuff is coming up to the surface. And I'm talking wounds that maybe you thought were healed, wounds that you thought you were totally over with. Oh yeah, I got this. Oh yeah, all healed. I'm ready to go. And then suddenly you're like, what? What? I'm revisiting this? What? I thought I healed this like 10 years ago. How am I revisiting this? I got so many yeses. Yeah, a lot. This is also part of the energy ascension. And I know it can be very scary. Who's been scared of that? Like, did your mind go into self-judgment when those wounds surfaced? Because if you're judgmental towards yourself, as soon as those wounds start to surface, your mind's going to start saying, well, apparently I didn't heal it very good the first time. I must really suck at healing, or I must be doing something bad. Maybe I didn't do my work enough. Okay, so please, if this is happening and you already know that you have a hypercritical mind, calm that mind down, because you are not doing anything wrong. This is part of the plan. All of the things, any little tiny teensy weensy little morsel of anything that needs to be healed in you, it's going to come to the surface. Okay? It is going to come to the surface, and it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's precisely because this beautiful energy of ascension, it's going to go into every little crevice, every tiny little crevice of your inner world, and it's going to pull up things that need to be seen and healed. And if you're seeing and healing something for the 100th time, it's okay. Compassion. Beautiful compassion, taking a deep breath. I'm doing great. I'm doing the best that I can. Oh, look, I have to revisit something. Oh, look, something else is coming up. Oh, look, it's okay. It's okay. But the voice, the story inside of you needs to be different, okay? Not judgmental, not self-critical, okay? Every little morsel of your inner world is going to be revisited in these times, okay? And that's all right. Okay, so Kine, if you're here, you're not doing anything wrong. There's nothing you have to get rid of. There's nothing you're not doing right. You just take a deep breath, and when something comes up to be revisited, if you're doing this for the 100th time, the story should be, oh, look, this is coming up. Well, all right, I have a little bit more to heal of this. Let's do it. You see the difference in that energy? Totally, totally different energy than saying, oh my God, I must be doing my work badly, or I'm not healing, or I suck at healing. Oh, I'm such a horrible person. Okay, totally different energies. And we have to keep that inner talk loving, compassionate, accepting, because as soon as we add the negative self-talk, we're only bringing ourselves down and we're making ourselves feel a lot worse. Okay. And I wrote down something here for Kine and for everyone. If you have your workbook, so you have a journal, you have a pencil and pen or whatever, or paper, write down this mantra. I've used it a lot in my videos, but it's really pertinent right now. And it's the mantra of observation without judgment. I really love this inner mantra when it has to do with working with things that are coming up. I don't judge them. I don't need to make a story up on why they're coming up. I just observe them If they're coming up for the 1000th time, they're coming up for the 1000th time. That's okay. It's just they come up and I go, oh, wow, that's there. You see, I sit with it. I let it go. There's no judgment around. There's no story. There's no drama. I don't have to make a Hollywood script around whatever's resurfacing for me to heal. I just observe it. I hold it with love. And eventually me holding it with love allows it to be integrated. Okay? All right. Next question. Susan Keeter, are you here? Hopefully I'm not butchering that name. Susan Keeter, are you here? So Susan says, I have experienced a flare-up of health challenges as the energies on the planet change. How can we best take care of our health during these times? Okay, show of hands here in the comments. Who is having difficulties with their health right now? And anyway, it doesn't have to be a diagnosed illness or anything like that, but who's having difficulty with their bodies? Like even if it's just pain or even if it's just, joint aches or whatever, give me a show of hands if we're having difficulty with the physical avatar in any way. Okay, there are a lot of yeses coming in. A lot of yeses. A lot of yeses. Okay, so if you've seen any of my past videos, physical symptoms are really, really common during phases of energy upgrades and ascension. And, if the body is releasing and working with a lot of energy, if there are blockages or if there are holds in the body, if there's trauma that's being healed, because your body, it stores everything. It holds on to everything. It holds on to trauma, it holds on to past experiences, and all of this is being healed, all of this is being lifted. But even if you do not have any trauma at all, which is literally no one on earth, but let's say that you don't have any, let's pretend you didn't have any trauma at all, you had nothing to heal. You could still be facing physical symptoms because the physical symptoms can be arising from just the very act of ascension where your cells have to vomit out or purge old energy that's heavier, and then it makes room, each cell makes room for light, more light to come in, and that process can be hard on the physical body. So anything from aches and pains to sometimes there'll be temporary diagnosis of diseases or illnesses, exhaustion, extreme exhaustion. No matter how much you sleep, you still feel exhaustion. All these I'm not going to list more because there can be a ton of them. So the priority for anyone who is going through health challenges is extreme self-care, extreme self-care. Now, everybody put their hands quickly up when I was saying, put your hand up if you're having any kind of physical challenge. But now I want to see a poll of how many people feel like they fall into this extreme self-care. They are really taking so good care of themselves. Show of hands. Or are you kind of neglecting your body a little bit and you're going about doing your thing and hustling and bustling and just going about life and kind of poo-pooing on what the body needs, all right? I want you to be honest here. How many of you are radically taking care of your body? And I feel like there's a little bit of mixture. There's a lot of people that are saying, yes, absolutely, I'm taking care of my body. And some people are saying, I try, but then I get distracted. I go over there and I do that. 50-50. All right. I love the people that are being honest here. 50-50. Okay. And it's okay. This isn't a criticism. This isn't a judgment. There's a lot going on out there, right? There's a lot distracting us. We have a lot of responsibilities. Some of us married, kids, career, all kinds of things happening, responsibilities. A lot of times we don't even understand that this beautiful body should be the first responsibility that we have. Even before those of you that have children, this is your first responsibility right here. Because if you don't take responsibility for this beautiful body, you're not going to be around very long to take care of your children. And so this is of utmost importance right now, is this extreme self-care, taking so very good care of this body. And when I say taking good care of this body, it's actually some pretty basic, simple things like hyperhydrating right now. Oh, just please so many liquids inside of your body. Please water. water, just coconut water, sparkling water. Just put a lot of water inside of you. It helps with the ascension process. Eat really good food. Try not to eat too heavy. Eat a lot of plants, fruits, and vegetables. Eat a lot of food that has prana. Stay away from heavy foods right now, especially when you're going through any type of energy shifts. It's important to not burden your digestive system too much, okay? But that's common, Susan. I hope this has helped you a little bit, because it is really, really common right now. People are going through so many health challenges. I'm still healing some of my own, so it's really, really common. We're all doing the best that we can, but more and more, just let's put in our heads that this right here, this beautiful physical avatar that my soul has incarnated into, this avatar is my biggest responsibility. My biggest responsibility. Okay, my first. All right. Here we go. Question 4. All right. Priyanka Solanki. Are you here, Priyanka? Is Priyanka here? Okay. So Priyanka says, I feel I easily get attacked by negative energies and easily get sick and cannot completely come out from my depression and anxiety. Okay, so the first thing I want to do in answering this question and in asking for this assistance, right, is one, let's clean the energy up of the verbiage. Okay, so light workers and anyone who's doing their spiritual work right now, one of the most important aspects that we need to master is our minds, the way that we speak to ourselves and to the world. Inward speaking and outward speaking is of utmost importance, because we're really powerful co-creators. So the way that we speak, whether that's to ourselves or to the world, is really important, and it really creates the blueprint of the reality and the life that I live. Okay, and the life that I create. So the word cannot, okay, can't, cannot. Let's clear that from Priyanka's system. So Priyanka, if you're here, just close your eyes. Anyone who resonates with this question that Priyanka posed here, anyone who honestly knows and can admit to themselves, I use the words I can't, I use the words I can't do this, I use I can'ts a lot. If this is you, then you're going to do the same exercise that I'm going to do with Priyanka right now. You just close your eyes and you release any self-limiting belief. And you can just say it in a mantra. I release any self-limiting belief. I release any self-limiting belief. And then you're just going to learn how to speak differently. So instead of saying, I cannot come out from a depression, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. I don't accept that as your truth at all. And now it's your choice whether you accept that as your truth or not, because I can't change your reality. I can't change anyone's reality. So maybe let's move those words a little bit. Maybe you can say, I'm having a lot of difficulties with depression and anxiety right now, but I know that I can heal anything. I know that I'm so assisted, I'm so loved, and I am so powerful. And maybe this is being difficult to me right now, but it is my intention to move out of this. And at any pace that my body and my mind and my soul see fit, I'm moving out of this. I'm moving out of this. You see the difference between saying you're not bypassing. So you're admitting that whatever you're going through right now is difficult. Not bypassing. We're not sugarcoating anything. We're not pretending that everything's okay. No, we're admitting that right now I'm struggling with depression and anxiety, or right now I'm struggling with whatever. Priyanka had this comment about depression and anxiety, so let's go with that. So currently I'm having difficulties with depression and anxiety. All right, I'm admitting I'm sitting with that energy. That's my present moment. I'm in an accepting state, but then I move the energy, okay? But I know how powerful I am. I know that I'm guided. I know that I'm connected to my source, and I know that I could come through anything. I could come through anything. I could heal anything. I could come through anything. And that's what I intend to do day in, day out, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing that's really important, and it's part of the energy update, is the aspect of being attacked by negative energies, okay? Very, very common. And I want a show of hands for people who can feel when they are attacked by negative energies, some call it, I like to call them shadow entities. Does anyone have clear ability, whether they're psychic vision or with their spidey senses? Can they feel when they are being interfered with by any shadow entity or by shadow in general? Show of hands, who can feel this? Because I've connected with a lot of people that can feel immediately when they are shadow interference, and I'm particularly, that's one, I could feel shadow interference when shadows are interfering with me. But then there are some people who cannot identify that it's shadow interference, okay? And a lot of times they're just like, oh, what? Oh, okay. So if you're in a place right now where you cannot identify if a shadow energy is messing with you, then I'm going to teach you, I'm going to show you a few things that you can start seeing how this interaction is occurring. Shadow interference is on the rise right now. It's not anything for you to be scared. I don't talk about shadow entities for anyone to be afraid of. There is absolutely zero to be afraid of. Shadow entities are mere illusionists. They have no power over you. They can mess with you a little bit and they can mess with your reality, but they can only do that if you are in a disempowered state. When you come into an empowered state, shadow entities, you look at them and you see them for what they are, which is they're illusionists. They have no power whatsoever. So a lot of the ways they make you think that they have power, and a lot of movies have been made about the illusion of the power of shadow, but it is an illusion, okay? And so that's super important. Shadow feeds off of lower density emotions like fear, hatred, anger, but anger more of a denser aspect of anger, not the pure anger of just being outraged or the anger of social justice or whatever. Those are different vibrations of anger, but especially fear. So the shadow side feeds on fear. There is a lot of fear around this energy gunk layer around the planet. There's a lot of fear present. So if there's a lot of fear present, shadow comes in, they're like, ooh, this is juicy. Let me make this worse. Let me amplify this. So something a fear that could be really small in you, suddenly if the shadow comes in and latches onto that, suddenly that fear is 10 times worse. And you're like, how did that happen? How did I wake up with more fear today than I had yesterday? This makes no sense. Shadow attachment. So you can think of shadow attachments kind of like leeches. So that's a metaphor that fell on my head right now. So leeches, like if you walk in a swamp and you come out of the swamp and you look at your skin and there are a ton of leeches stuck to your skin, what do? You just take them out. Like leeches are that's what they do. You don't have to be afraid of a leech. You just pull it out and that's it. And its effect on you is diminished. So all we have to know as light workers is that there is an uptick in interference from shadow. All of the things that are happening around the world are kind of helping, but this is temporary. And the more that shadow interferes, there's the good news. The more that shadow interferes, the more you are being called into your power. So at the end of the day, and this is sometimes a very controversial thing that I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. This is very controversial, but receive it if you would like to receive it. Shadow, the presence of shadow in your life is actually assisting you in your evolution. So very interesting, right? Because we're told by religions and by all kinds of different things that shadow is something that you have to be saved from. No, shadow is there, presents you with the opportunity to grow. As soon as you grow and you say, nope, you're not interfering with me anymore, please leave. The moment that you do that and you come into your power, that is you in your full, mature spiritual sovereignty. None of these things bother you anymore. None of these things affect you, and none of these things have any power over you. Okay? Now, one of the things in which shadow interference is happening most right now, and for those of you who cannot directly feel shadow interfering, here's a great thing, and maybe drop it here in the comments. What's happening right now is an interference with relationships, for example. This is very, very common. So if you feel like you're having a lot more issues with your closest relationships, like just it seems like things are surreal. Like what? You say one thing, the other person understands one thing, the other person says something, you understand it a different way. And it's like you guys are talking two different languages. Has this happened to anyone recently? This is shadow interference, taking full advantage of any kind of conflict energy to amplify the conflict as a mode to kind of delay connection or to break apart connections, okay? Has anyone been going through this, feeling like their personal relationships are being challenged? Like, what is going on? How can I not talk to this person? What is happening? Okay, so this is just one common example of what's happening. Other things that happen is shadow can interfere with certain aspects of your body. So I don't know if any of you have been feeling headaches or just like something's messing with you right here in the forehead area. This is the place of psychic vision. So a lot of times shadow will kind of try and throw a little smoke screen on top of your psychic visions or a little smoke screen on top of your heart chakra. And sometimes you can feel that. You can feel interference in your chakras by the way that your body feels, because your chakras, your energy centers, are very connected to your body. So has anyone been feeling anxiety, panicky, palpitations, chest tightness? What is happening here? Or do people feel like pressure in their forehead? Like, I have a headache. What is going on with me? I can't see. It feels like my eyes can't. I'm just giving some examples of things that can happen. If you're feeling this, whatever shadow interference you are feeling, whether it's through conflict within relationships, whether it's through feeling it in your physical body, or whether it's just literally just feeling the presence of a shadow in your physical space, the remedy is exactly the same. You are going to go grab some Palo Santo, some sage, whatever it is. You're going to grab maybe some essential oils. I have sprayers at home with essentials, with florals. I have oils at home. I have Palo Santo. I have sage. And you light it up. You light a candle. You put some crystals there if you resonate with crystals. You put a tarot card from a guru or a picture of a guru, or if you don't identify with any gurus or ascended beings at all, you just literally light a candle and you connect directly to your source, whether you call that source God, the universe, whatever it is. You light the candle and you close your eyes and you immediately just envision your energy field expanding out. Where it's so big, it's so far away from your physical body, it creates this huge bubble that no shadow entity can touch. And then you follow up with this mantra. You get the Palo Santo all around you, you smudge yourself, and then you create a mantra, a really important mantra to help you come into your power. And that mantra could be something as simple as telling shadow that you revoke permission for any interference in your life. That's the mantra that I use. I literally say, I revoke permission for shadow interference in my life, whether that shadow interference is demonic, satanic, luciferic, whatever, it doesn't matter what vibration it is. Any shadow entity of any sort across any spectrum is not permitted to interact with my field, and so it is, and so I say so. You see? Remove yourself from my presence is another one. Okay? I send you away with love. May you go back to God to heal. You see, this is all ways that you can talk and remove these shadow interference from your life. And guess what? I'm doing this every day, every single day. This is an important tool in my toolbox. Very important. Just like I take a shower, I clear myself from any possible shadow interference in any area of my life, and I do this daily. And it's really important right now because there's a lot of interference down here. Okay? All right. Okay, so Irish Canamales. Are you here? I hope you are here. So how to protect myself from the heaviness of other people's energies. I sometimes feel that I get stuck in their energy. Okay, so show of hands. This is a big one. I picked this question because this is a big one. Show of hands, who feels like they need to protect themselves from the heaviness of other people's energy? Okay, this is a big one, okay? This is a very, very big one. Okay, why is this happening? There's a couple of things that are important to remember. First is compassion and empathy for everyone on planet Earth, because everyone is trying the best that they can, Okay, so compassion and empathy, especially for the people who are not spiritually awakened, because for the people who are not spiritually awakened and have no idea what is happening, this has got to be a really difficult time for them, right? Because they probably don't know what's up or down, left or right. They have no idea what's going on. They don't have the tools to be healing right now. And so there's a lot of compassion and empathy extended to them. But here's the but. Compassion and empathy with strong boundaries and rules of engagement, because me having compassion and empathy for someone does not mean that I allow them to treat me badly. Oh, this is so important, especially for sensitives and empaths, okay? Who has difficulties with this one? Is so important to hold compassion and empathy, but at the same time not having any problem holding your finger up and being like, excuse me, you do not speak to me like that. I do not allow you to speak to me like that. You guys see how this is a little difficult? Because it's like, wait a minute, compassion and empathy, but then I'm still saying no to you. Okay? This is really, really important. So yeah, a lot of people around us are feeling very heavy energy, especially if they're not spiritually awakened, because they don't yet have the tools to understand what's happening on an energy level, to maybe start healing, to maybe do that inward healing aspect that's so important in these times. Because if you don't heal, if you don't do your ascension work, you're going to be pulled anyway, and it is just going to be so much harder. Okay, so that's where the compassion and the empathy comes in. But very strong rules of engagement. Some people call it boundaries. I don't even like the word boundaries too much because it gives the idea that I need to protect myself, and I'm using air quotes. You don't need to protect yourself from anyone. You just impose your levels of engagement. And this means I have strict rules on how you interact with me and how you don't, how you speak to me and how you don't, how you talk to me, how you treat me and how you don't. And I'm very clear on that. Okay, so this is a really strong self-loving energy of having those strong rules of engagement while at the same time feeling love and compassion for people. Okay, hopefully that helped, Irish. All right, last question before we get into other stuff. Last question, Vanessa Lendrijas. I hope that's the right pronunciation. All right, so Vanessa says, I'm extremely fatigued and completely disconnected from source, to the point where I'm in a constant state of defeat, frustration, and hopelessness. Are there any tips you could suggest to get through this difficult time? All right. So I kind of already answered Vanessa's question when I talked about the energy update, talking about that energy gunk around the planet, okay? That is the source of the supposed disconnection. All right, now for Vanessa and for everyone, for anyone here who feels disconnected, who identifies with the word disconnected, remember, that energy gunk can be surrounding the planet, so it may be a little bit harder for me to connect out there because I have to pierce through that gunk. But I can always rely on another means of communication, another means of connection with my source. In, down, 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 okay? The mode of communication that we are most used to is we've been taught that God is up there sitting on a throne somewhere, usually with a white beard, and he's a white dude sitting on a throne somewhere. He's not a white dude with a beard, and he's not sitting on with a beard, and he's not sitting on the throne, and he's not up there, out there. He or she up there, but also down here. Up, down, left, right, in, out is all source energy. So the moment that you understand that and you say, wait a minute, I'm having a little bit of difficulty piercing through the layer of energy gunk on the planet to reach outward for my connection. Okay, well, what's the easiest thing that I could do to connect with my guidance in any other way? I'm going to go in, down, down, in, down. So I'm going to sit in meditation and I'm going to focus my energy down to that first chakra. Or I'm going to get up and I'm going to dance and I'm going to pound my feet on the floor because God is up there, but God is down here. Mother Earth is God too. Father God is up there. You see, all of the components of source are everywhere, and you can always connect to source. Always, always. So for Vanessa, a good exercise is to just sit, and we're going to do some of that today in the activation. You're going to sit, inwardly focus your energy, and you're going to feel what connection feels like. If it's not stretching up, what does connection feel like in here? How do I connect in here, and I'm pointing down because this is deep connection. This is feminine energy connection, down, down. Think of those 3 lower chakras, first, second, third chakra. Go down with your awareness, and you're going to start to feel that there's a silence there, and then the silence turns into a humming, and there's a lot going on inwardly. All right. But the moment that you say to yourself, oh, wow, I don't need to stretch out to connect with source. I can go in and down. That changes everything. All right. Changes everything. So Vanessa, being in a state of defeat, of frustration, hopelessness, these are all very common feelings right now. And so one thing that's really important is you have to think to yourself, we're all connected in this collective consciousness. There's no way around it, right? We form a collective consciousness around the world. So we are affected or can be affected by the energy in that collective consciousness cloud. So your choice is, you can say to yourself, wow, I'm feeling a lot of defeat, heaviness. Maybe it's mine, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm feeling collective consciousness. Maybe this is mine. Whatever, I'm going to work with that energy. I'm going to sit with it, but then I'm going to move through it. I'm going to sit with it, and then I'm going to move through it. All right. And this is something that has a lot to do with intention. Okay. Because if you allow that energy, if you identify with it, then it becomes you. And then suddenly you're stuck, you're sitting there, you're crossing your arms and you're like, I can't get out of this. And then you start talking in defeating ways, in not in empowering ways. All right. And so again, just what we did with another question a little while ago, you're going to sit and you're going to say to yourself, this is what I'm feeling right now. I accept it. I hold it in love, and I move through it. I move through it, cultivating my connection with my source every day in whatever way that means, okay? Connection to source can simply be walking my dog, or hugging a tree, or just sitting on the ground, or walking barefoot outside, or looking at the sun. There's a lot of ways that you can connect cultivation, or that you can actually cultivate connection, like putting my hand on my heart. Just putting my hand on my heart is cultivating connection with myself, connection with my inner God. Okay? All right. Whew. How were these questions? What did you guys think? Like, there are really, really, really good questions today. Really good questions, everybody. Thank you so much. I had so many questions, but they were very similar to each other. So that means that, we are plugged into each other. We're really, we're kind of these light workers in our beautiful community. We're in sync in our evolution. So that's really cool. All right. Okay, we're almost at the activation, but I just want to get into part 3 now, and I want to let you guys know that my retreat doors are open. So this is a special occasion too for you guys. If anyone wants to retreat with me in person, I only do 1 retreat a year. The doors are open. You guys are going to get a 5% discount. I'm doing my retreat October 22nd through the 29th in Portugal. So if you guys want to come join me, I want to just go over a couple of things that we do on retreat so you guys know what's going on. All right. So here's what's going to happen on this beautiful retreat. It's a life-changing experience, and you are going to receive live coaching sessions with hot seats where you can come on stage with me, receiving healing, and have the audience interact in amazing conversations. Then we're going to get into morning classes. We do a lot of morning classes in meditation, breath work, bioenergetics, yoga, dance, all kinds of different things happening in the morning. We also do outdoor activities. We hike, we integrate energy, we walk outside. We do so many activities with Mother Earth. We also work in small group circles. So you're going to have daily checkups with an intimate group and one of our gifted coaches. We have a beautiful team of coaches that comes with us on retreat. And we're going to have our very, very popular night ceremonies. This is one of people's favorite things during our retreats. Night ceremonies that include sound healing by our beautiful musicians, dancing music, and powerful invocations. So this is what happens on our retreats. So if you guys are interested, last year our retreat sold out quickly. So if you are interested in joining me October 22nd through the 29th, click on the link below. You will see a link below. There is a 5% discount for this retreat. So click on that link, and I hope to see you guys there. And just, you're getting this discount for just being a part of this YouTube Live. I love you so much. And if you guys ever want to work with me in person, come join me. This 5% discount, you have a week to purchase the retreat. retreat. It'll be going on April 22nd. So I hope to see you guys in Portugal. Mwah! It's so much fun. For those of you that have been on retreat with me, someone just asked where the retreat is being held in Portugal, October 22nd through the 29th, the south of Portugal. Love it, love it, love it. All right, everybody. Okay. So it is time for our beautiful activation. Okay, so before we get into this activation, there's some preparations. You're going to go through a preparation video, but just start getting your stuff together. You're going to watch a video right now on preparation instructions, and then when I come back on camera, I'm going to have my instruments ready, and you should be ready sitting in meditation position with your headphones on, and I will see you back here very soon. Hey there, we are about to start the live activation component of this masterclass, and I wanted to leave you with some important instructions. My live activations are very different from regular guided meditations, so if you've ever done a guided meditation and think this is going to be the same, it's a little bit different. And the reason is we work with very powerful ascended energy, so that energy is going to be magnified in a group. So when we're doing these live activations together, they are very powerful and very different from a regular guided meditation. So here are some important instructions that I want to leave you with to prepare you for this activation. The first tip is don't be afraid, okay? So if you feel the energy in your body, if you feel it circulating, there's no need to freak out, no need to be afraid. It's very, very normal for people to feel the energy circulating during one of the activations. You don't have to worry. This is very high, pure ascended energy from source and from our highest guides, so you never have anything to be afraid of. The second tip is to wear comfortable clothes, so have comfortable clothes like sweats or shorts, something that could be really comfortable that won't cut your circulation off when you're doing this meditation. The third tip is to drink water. This is so important. As soon as you finish this live activation, the first thing you're to do is to get up and drink at least a big 8-ounce glass of water. Water is a really important energy conductor that helps eliminate toxins and work with the energy right after the activation. The fourth tip is to wear headphones if you can. It'll give you a more immersive experience if you can hear my voice through earphones. So if you have some available, go grab those right now. Tip number 5 is to rest afterwards. So a lot of people feel a little pooped after one of these activations, and it's because you're being inundated with a lot of ascended energy and light codes. So rest afterwards if you can. If you can rest the rest of the afternoon after this activation, that's even better. But even if you can just rest a few minutes before going back to your regular activities, that's the best. Tip number 6 is to have a journal with you, always next to you in case you come out of the activation and you want to write things down that you heard or that messages that you received from your guides. Always have a journal next to you so you can write immediately after opening your eyes. And the 7th and last tip is to keep your spine straight regardless of what position you choose. So I generally work with 3 positions when doing live activations. You're either going to be sitting in meditation position with your legs crossed in the traditional lotus position, or you're going to be sitting in a chair or lying down on your back with your knees bent. Whatever one of these 3 you choose, just make sure that your spine is nice and straight so the energy circulates perfectly and doesn't get stuck anywhere. Okay, those are the simple instructions for this activation. Now it's time for you to get in your meditation position, whichever one you chose. Close your eyes, begin to relax, focus on your breathing. The activation is about to start. All right. Okay, everybody, you guys ready? So sitting in meditation position, for those of you that had never done a live activation with us, it's just very simple. You're just going to sit in meditation. You're going to close your eyes, headphones on, and anyone that's on the comments section now, let's cool it off on the comments section. Put your phones down so you're not writing. You shouldn't be writing in the comments right now. You should be focusing on the activation. You're going to hear initially some sounds. I'm going to clear the space. I have a drum and I have wind chimes with me. You're going to be hearing that. And then we're going to move in to a guided meditation. For those of us that are new, those of you that are new to our live activations, just follow my voice. It's always that. Just follow my voice and just allow the guidance to come in. Okay? I open sacred space. I open sacred space. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now you're going to visualize the energy field around your body. It's like you're encased in an egg, an energy egg. That beautiful egg is glowing, this really intense white light. And now you are going to command that energy field to open up, and it's going to fill the room that you're meditating in, if you're meditating in a room. And then you're going to command your energy field to open more. And it's going to leave the room that you're in, and it's going to expand to the city that you live in. Then it's going to expand to the state or the country that you live in. And as your beautiful energy field is expanding, you are going to ask it to connect to everyone on this beautiful live today. Let's connect our energy fields all over the world. We're going to make a huge, beautiful energy network connected all over the world. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Connect. Hold that connection. And now I'm going to request that each and every one of our beautiful spirits, we each have a spirit guide team. And now that we are all connected, I ask for those beautiful spirit guides themselves to connect with each other to form an even bigger network of energy surrounding us, providing us with a safe, beautiful, open container of healing today. This beautiful container of energy is being held and protected. It repels naturally. It's being programmed to repel lower level energies. It repels anything that is not of love and light. We program the energy field now. Repel any lower level energies. vibration of this drum is encoding the energy. The vibration of this drum is encoding. It's encoding the container of this live activation. Our individual energy fields and the energy field that is formed by us all being connected along with our guides. This energy field is now being programmed to remove, to integrate, to break down, to recycle any lower level energies that are on top of our energy field, on our bodies, interfering with our lives. In any way, shape, or form, those energies are now being recycled. The container is now programmed. Take a nice deep breath and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. If you feel any kind of physical symptoms, like I'm feeling palpitations right now, it's perfectly normal. There is a ton of energy being channeled in by our beautiful guides. This is a huge container. There are a lot of mature spiritual beings present today. That's why the energy is so strong. So for those of you that are new, take in the energy. Don't be afraid. This is an energy of love that the more mature brothers and sisters that are present in this live are able to anchor. I'm going to start now going through the guidance of this activation. Just keep your eyes closed and just listen to my voice. I'm going to be calling in some very, very high ascended spirit beings. If you do not know the names that I'm calling in, no worries. Just let them interact with your energy field. I call in the angelic realm. I call in the archangelic realm. Specifically calling in the energy of Archangel Michael. I call in the energy of seraphims. Beautiful, incredible ascended energy. This is a really, really powerful energy. If you feel any kind of intensity, you can move your body, roll your shoulders, but just work with the energy. You can move your body if you have to. Seraphim energy coming in. I call in the seraphims of the highest order. Seraphims are asking for you to open a portal above your head. You don't have to know how to do this. Don't think with your mind. Just say, yes, I open a portal above my head. Portal is going to look like a tiny little spaghetti at first, but it's opening up and it's opening up and it's getting wider and it's getting wider. And you just let that portal open up to as wide as it wants to go. It may be the size of your body, it may be the size of a truck, it may be the size of a train, it doesn't matter. Let it open up. And when it reaches its full capacity, we are going to command that portal to vacuum. Seraphims are asking for you to command the portal to vacuum out. So there's going to be a sucking in energy almost like you're being vacuumed head to toe. There's an energy vacuum over your head, and what is it vacuuming? It's vacuuming any kind of shadow interference. It's vacuuming any unhealed pain that you feel like you're having difficulties letting go. It's vacuuming any issues or challenges that you feel like have been so heavy in your life. Give this to the vacuum. Give this to the energy portal. So just bring to your awareness something that's really paining your heart, something that you've been really challenged with. Bring it to your awareness. And Seraphins are asking you to bring your hands up. You're going to grab that thing, that challenge, that difficulty. You're going to gently hold it in your hands, and you're just going to push your hands up, up, up over your head. And you're going to give it to the suction energy of that energy portal above your head. Maybe it's one challenge or pain. Maybe it's 2. Maybe it's 10. Doesn't matter how many times. Just bring it to your awareness. Hold it in your hands gently and offer it up. Offer it up with your hands into that portal. Do it again. Bring another challenge or another pain. Bring it to your awareness and bring it up to the portal. You could add a little prayer or a little intention to it. You can say, I return this challenge, I return this difficulty, I unburden myself, I give this to God, I give this to Source, I give this to the Seraphins that are helping me right now. Anything at all. You are not alone, you are always helped. This portal above your head, it's exerting a suction pressure, so you may actually feel it on your body. It's like this enormous vacuum cleaner above your head, and you're just going to keep giving to it, offering anything that you want to offer. Anything. And it doesn't just have to be a challenge. It could be your most cherished things. It could be a loving connection, a loving relationship. It could be your career. It could be a dream of yours. It could be a desire of yours. Just give it up. Give it up. And when you give it to this energy portal, it's not that you're letting it go. It's that as soon as it enters the portal, it's being vacuumed back to source, meaning that it's being recycled, it's being purified, it's being elevated. So give it all. Each challenge, each difficulty, each dream, each relationship, anything that you give to that portal above your head, as you're giving it, as you're offering it, you're going to start feeling lighter. Now, Seraphins are asking for you to have a stronger intention when it has to do with any shadow interference, because shadow interference has been very rampant on the planet. So now I need you to shift into a little bit more assertive energy. Assertive energy now. Click your energy system into assertiveness. You don't have to know how to do this. Just do it. Say it. Intend it. Click into assertiveness. And with your assertiveness, you are going to command any lower level energy that is interfering with your life to be taken and given into the light portal. You are sending it away with love, but you are sending it away with assertiveness. You are removing or revoking any permission that you have ever given to shadow to interfere in your life. Revoke that permission now. If you have any contract from past lives or this life, any contract in which you have said to yourself that you deserve nothing good, that you don't deserve to be happy, that you don't deserve to be powerful, you are revoking that vow now. Revoke those vows now. Give those vows to the light portal, and they shall be burned and integrated. any vow or contract that you have made in a past life or in this life in which you are going to remain small, you are executing that contract now. You are removing that vow now. Give it to the portal above, and it's going to be sucked back to the source. Remember, huge vacuum cleaner above your head, swirling around. Any and all energies that have been interfering with your highest path, give them to the portal now. Anything else you want to give to that suction portal, give it now. Give it with love. Give it now. And now, that portal above your head, it's going to change directions. Instead of sucking up and away from your body, now the direction of the energy is going to come down over your body, almost like you're going to start to be hosed down with light, with energy. This is Seraphim energy. I've never worked with Seraphim energy in a live before. This is the first time. This is beautiful. So that portal is going to reverse its energy, and instead of sucking up, it is now going to be pouring over you. Beautiful, ascended Seraphim energy is coming through that. Some of you may be able to see seraphims in the room with your eyes closed, so you may have the psychic vision to see seraphims. Some of you may see just flashes of light. Some of you may feel seraphims. These are ascended, extremely ascended energy. Many of them have a higher vibration than the angels themselves. So this is a really pure, extremely ascended 12th dimension energy. And those seraphims are coming in through your light portal. They're giving me the image of a broom. So it's like they're polishing up. They're just cleaning up any last remnants that you have. So they're using little brooms to sweep up whatever needs to be swept up. And as soon as they finish that, they are embracing you. So a lot of them are giving me embracing images, like they're hugging you, because they are saying that a lot of you just need love. You just need love. You just need to give yourselves a break, to not push yourself so much, because you don't need to, because you are loved just as you are. You don't need to push more. You don't need to do more to be loved. You just need gentle, tender love. So you are now being embraced by these beautiful Seraphim energies. Let's breathe in this beautiful energy. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And breathe out. If you're feeling any physical symptoms, don't worry. It's sometimes takes a little bit of adjusting for our avatars, for our physical avatars, to get used to 12th dimensional energy, because it's so high. Let's integrate this 12th dimension energy of the seraphims into our body through breath. So they're asking me to ask you guys to breathe deeply. You're not breathing deep enough. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Big breath, and breathe out. Each breath that you take in, open yourselves up. Open yourselves up. We're going to do another round of breathing in, and when we breathe in, I want you to stretch your arms out and open your chest like a butterfly. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Open, open, open chest, open chest, open chest. If you're feeling any tightness in your body from this Seraphim energy, just move. Take your beautiful hand to that part of your body and massage it. Give it a little squeeze. It's okay. It's just your physical avatar getting used to Seraphim energy. 12th dimensional energy is very, very high. They also want to encode a specific vibration in your energy fields so that you can stay relatively unscathed as you're walking in your everyday life, and you can work with this mantra afterwards. You can work with this intention and with this prayer afterwards anytime that you need to. Okay, so here's the programming. This is Seraphim programming. Okay, just listen to my voice, listen to my words, and all you have to do is just accept the programming. I program your energy field at the 12th dimensional range. This field will automatically and effortlessly repel any lower level energies that you may encounter in your day-to-day life. They will just brush right off of you. Your energy field is being programmed with 12th dimensional energy. Your aura is becoming crystal-like. It looks like a diamond. It shines like a diamond in the sun. It repels any interference. It repels any manipulation. It repels any nefarious energy. It repels anything that is not in your highest path. So that you may walk this earth, no matter how chaotic it is, no matter how messy it is, you walk this earth with your diamond 12th dimensional energy field, and you can walk through anything, and it will not affect you. It'll brush right off of you. You can work with this programming whenever you want. If you feel like your diamond energy is getting a little dirty, you just sit down and you re-listen to this activation. Or you re-invoke the programming. It's always the same. I program my energy level and my energy field to the 12th dimension so that it looks and feels like a diamond shining in the sun. My 12th dimensional energy repels any lower level interference, repels any manipulation, repels anything that attempts to take me off my course. It brushes right off of me. I am fully aware that planet Earth is a little chaotic, but I chose to incarnate at this time because I am an incredibly high vibrational being, and I will execute my mission on this planet. No matter how much interference is around, I will walk in the light of who I am. And so it is. And so it is. I will walk in the light of who I am. With my newly programmed and rejuvenated 12th dimensional diamond energy field. And on the days that I am tired or on the days that I am exhausted, I will remember that although I am very powerful and I now have this program of the 12th dimension, Seraphim energy embedded in my energy field, I do not have to do everything alone, and it's okay for me to be tired. And when I am tired, I will call for the assistance of the Seraphims. I will call for the assistance of my highest team, my spirit guides, my source, my creator. And when I call for their assistance, they come in droves, because they are attracted to any light worker that is emitting light and has a pure intention of heart to help this planet evolve and ascend even through the most difficult times. I am not alone. I never am alone. I am connected to so many beautiful ascended light workers across the world, all of them now programmed to emit 12th dimensional, crystal-like, diamond-like energy, with the assistance of the highest seraphims of the 12th dimension. a nice deep breath. The energy portals above your head are slowly closing. Just observe them closing. The seraphins are retracting their energy from your fields. Just observe. Take a nice deep breath as all of this is happening. Take a nice deep breath. You may be feeling physical symptoms like my body is really, really on fire right now. My hands are on fire. It's okay if you're feeling any symptoms. Keep your eyes closed though for a little bit longer. Energy portal has now closed and retracted from above your head. Seraphim energy has retracted. I want to thank the beautiful seraphims who have activated us today. I want to thank the beautiful Archangel and Angelic Realm, specifically Archangel Michael, who I called earlier. He is responsible for helping to cut any negative cords or any lower level energy with his symbolic sword. Thank you so much. Before you open your eyes, let's close the programming of your aura, of your energetic field. Remember this intention. You can write it down after the activation if you want to keep working with it. I program my energy field with 12th dimensional energy, 12th dimensional crystal diamond energy. It repels any lower level energy that tries to interfere in my life. I brush it off from here on in. And so it is. I walk in the light with my new 12th dimensional diamond energy field. Nothing touches me. I request that your spirit guides that have held the safety container for us today, I request that they disconnect from each other now. And now each and every one of us, you're going to command your energy field to disconnect from all of the people in this live. And you're going to command your energy field to come back to its normal size. So it's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until your energy field contracts back to its normal size. For some of us, normal size is about arm's length out. For others, it may be the size of a room. It depends on what the normal state of your energy field is, but just ask it to contract back to its normal size and to disconnect from everyone else that we've been connected to in this live. Disconnect now. And let's take one last big deep breath before you open your eyes. Deep breath in, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. I need some water. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my hands, like my face, everything's on fire. I am on fire. Like, can you see my face? I look like a tomato. Holy camole. I'm putting my hands here on the table because I'm standing and I'm having a little bit of difficulty standing up. Oh my God. Now you can hit the comments. Yes, water. Some people are saying, "What? Oh my God, can you see how my face is completely red? Oh my God." That was really intense. I'm still having palpitations. Oh, that was so good. Whew. 12th dimension activation. Wow. Ooh la la. That was really powerful. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was so good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that, the people who have never done an activation, I hope this was good. If you feel any symptoms, it's perfectly normal. Like I'm completely on fire still. I'm holding myself up here on this table. I'm going to drink a lot of water. Please drink a ton of water when you finish. Okay, a ton of water. Like I have this little cup, but I've been filling it up constantly. Okay, drink a ton of water. Lay low, relax the rest of the day, and really think about this. This was such a beautiful activation. I've never worked with Seraphim energy in our activations before. So if you don't know what a Seraphim is, go look it up. Okay, go look it up. Similar to archangels, very high dimensional beings. They are said to work very close to what's known as the Godhead or to Source. Okay, so extremely high vibration. So if you felt any physical symptoms, it's very normal and it's okay. You've just been activated by Seraphim energy of the 12th dimension, especially when they imbue you with crystal-like, diamond-like energy. So this is really powerful. And I loved the vacuum cleaner too. So I love how the guides come through. I never know what I'm going to say right until I start the activation. These activations are not prepared. I have no idea what I'm going to say or what's going to come out of my mouth at any given moment. And that's just the way I work with these activations. So the energy that needs to come through comes through. All right. So go drink your water, everybody, and walk just as you're walking for the rest of the day. Start thinking about this 12th dimension, diamond energy. Wow. What does this mean? How do I feel with this 12th dimension, diamond energy? Keep repeating that. Keep repeating that. It's so beautiful. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed being with me today. I love you guys. I love you guys. You can always come back. If you've signed up for this live, you're going to get an email with the remastered audio of just the live activation. So you could work with this activation every single day if you want to. Okay, so that's going to come into your inbox. And if you want to join me on my retreat, remember, I'm doing a retreat, the only one this year, October 22nd through the 29th here in Portugal. If you want to join, you get a special discount for just being a part of this live activation. Click on the link below and you will have that beautiful discount code. Remember, this discount code is only available for a week. So if you're thinking of joining me on a retreat, if you saw the power of these activations with a computer on a screen, imagine what happens to us when we're doing these activations live in person in a room filled with people. It's the most amazing thing. All right. So I hope to see you in Portugal in October. And if I don't see you in Portugal, I love you all the same. And I hope you enjoyed this activation. And I'll see you next year. I love you guys. Bye.